What is going on, everybody? Ancient Jarl back with another in-depth overview video for Smite. Today's god that I'm going to be overviewing is Hebo, god of the Yellow River, Chinese origin. Let's get right into this build. Hebo is an extremely strong mid laner and a devastating late game player. So if you can get Hebo's build into late game, Hebo is just hits like a truck with another truck behind a bus, and then a train on top of a boulder with a dozer. Anyway, Hebo hits hard is what I'm trying to get across in this point. So first item for Hebo, and most first item for any god, I would go with Shoes of the Magi. You can put this into, you could also get a Warlock Sash in this situation, and then go into Boots 1, and then still have enough for an item. But for now, we'll say Boots 1, and the reason I go with Penetration Boots here is that the pen boots, Hebo's 1 has an extremely short cooldown and it can chunk for major damage. So the pen early against anybody who's not building against pen, it just does straight true damage and it just tears them to pieces. So look for the Shoes of the Magi in this situation. They are absolutely great. I pick Voidstone second again for that little bit of protection because Hebo, I don't think Hebo levels against magical protections, so that's something you need to watch out for. It also gives you 25 more penetration again. So if right away no one's building tanky and you get ahead, again, you can swap out. Okay, let me start that over. If you get ahead and you keep building damage and you'll just shred people and you're getting ahead and you're killing it. If you get behind, or if you want to be safe, you can build something even tankier rather than going for straight pen here. You could build physical or magical defense over here. Anything can replace it. I mean, this is just a build that I like to run. I run Bancroft's Talon here because of the lifesteal and the 100 magical power, giving Hebo a nice leg up. Again, and his lifesteal. The lifesteal is very, very good, and the lifesteal increases the lore. You gain 1 additional magical power for 1% of your health missing. So if you're in a low health situation, you need to get out with a Hebo ult. That crushing wave can do some major damage, but that 100 magical power is what everybody really looks at. I mean, along with the lifesteal, it keeps you a little more sustainability, but that magical power is really what a lot of people look at. Next is Rada Tahuti with 125 magical power, increasing your magical power by 25% afterwards. Next is Soul Reaver, which gives you another devastating 100 magical power, followed with 300 mana. And the passive on Soul Reaver is when a god takes damage from your abilities, they take 15% of their health, maximum health, in additional damage. Meaning, Hebo has, let's see here, Hebo has 783 health. He would take 15% if I hit him with an ability, and since all of Hebo's abilities are one-hit chunk damages, his 3 being his pulse, his 1 being his water cannon, and his ultimate being his crushing wave, they all hit once, and they hit once devastatingly. So a Soul Reaver on that can help pretty dang good. And then I just threw in a Magi's Blessing because late game, if Hebo gets CC'd, it's really hard. You can just ult through or panic ult, but that doesn't get you out of bad situations. You don't get far away is what I'm trying to say, but you can deal devastating damage. But the Magi's Blessing will just prevent from more CC being thrown onto your Hebo. You could build this second item. Like I said, the builds are all really situational with every god that I do an overview for, but this is what, if you were ahead every standard game, you're not like dying, you're not falling, you're not falling behind as a team. This is kind of standard. Alright, next, going into his actives, beads always helps with everything. Beads are just awesome with a 3 seconds of crowd control immunity. Very extremely helpful. Again, Hebo's 2 is Atlas River or something like that. It helps you get away faster, increases your movement speed, and you can ult in really bad situations to get out, which sucks because then you have to waste your ult. So picking up a combat blink and getting Hebo the heck out of there, since he doesn't have a leap or a dash, is extremely convenient. And then again, consumables, whatever you guys see fit, wards, health and mana potions, whatever you guys choose is okay in the consumables slots. Next, we're going into Hebo's overview. The overview for Hebo here is his health scales, 68 per level, mana 56, going down to his attack per second, always very slow for scaling. Magical, there's the formula, progressions, none. He doesn't scale off more damage during his attack progression. He has a flat 30 magical protections. Again, this is why I would pick up a Void Stone, giving him more. He doesn't get any through all of his leveling. He gets 2.6 per physical. So he gets a decent amount of physical protections. So just be heads up on that. HP 5. His HP 5 and MP 5, I think to balance Hebo out, he does so much damage, so they decrease his HP and MP5. He's one of the lower mages for HP5 and MP5 per level. And now into Hebo's passive. Hebo's passive is Steady Flow. Each time Hebo uses an ability, he gains the Steady Flow buff, which increases his magical power. The timer refreshes when another ability is used. Magical power buff is 7% duration for 5 seconds and stacks 3 times. So if I use Water Cannon, then I use Atlas of the Yellow River, and then I use Water Spout, it's going to give me a full 7% with its maximum of 3 stacks. So it's just helpful that's why you see a lot of Hebo players and stuff like that toss out a Yellow River to engage, because that gives them 1 stack in their passive and it can make them pretty lethal. And then they Water Spout you to hit you a little bit harder and get 2 stacks, and then that 3rd stack is the hardest hitting, one of Hebo's harder hitting moves is his Water Cannons, and he just smacks you with that, and that gets away. If he gets away with that, that can leave you with almost no HP. But anyway, going into his 1, it's a cone-based attack. Hebo fires a short burst of water from his hands, damaging all enemies in front. This is probably the first move you want to pick up if you're laning with Hebo, because it has the highest damage, I think. Ooh, Water Spout has the... Nope, Water Spout looks like it's about 10 or 15 behind per level. And late game, Water Spout scales a little better. However, it has a 310 base damage at max rank, and this only has a 280. So I would start with Water Cannon. It's good for wave clears and stuff like that. It does more damage early and into later base damage, not scaling damage. Atlas of the Yellow River is he just throws out his scroll in a line in front of him. It's pretty wide too. It debuffs enemy speed and it speeds up allies, and its lifetime is apparently 7 seconds. Again, cooldown's 3 seconds. That's why Water Cannon is good to pick up early, because you can keep spamming that and it does a good chunk of damage. 10 seconds for the Atlas River. And his 3, Water Spout, is a ground target ability. It's a small circle. Hebo calls forth a geyser, causing it to burst out with tremendous force at his target location, damaging, slowing enemies, and knocking them into the air. That's why a lot of players knock you into the air, and while you're in the air, they take this opportunity to either cast a Atlas, or they just get close to you and smack you with water hands, because you cannot do anything to defend yourself while in the air. Damage, as I told you earlier, it applies a slow, and the slow duration is for 2 seconds, 25% slow. Crushing Wave is Hebo's ultimate. Hebo transforms into a wave and crashes forward, damaging all enemies in his path. Now this is one of the stronger ultimates in the game. Actually, I can't say that. Agni's Triple Meteor and Alquang's ultimate and Vulcan's ultimate and, gods like that, Anubis' ultimate, probably I'll take for the same, but this is a monster of an ultimate. It hits very hard, and if you have your passive stacked in your late game, this will just about kill a carry or a mid lane mage late game by itself. So you just ult through them and then Water Cannon them in the face, and they're done. But anyway, guys, that is it for the overview here. I will see you in some gameplay. What is going on, guys? Here I'm back in game with Hebo in the mid lane. And we'll see what we can do. I'm going to go ahead and go with beads right off the bat, because I have a level 10 Zeus mid, so I don't know how good I'm going to do. And we had a DC. I don't think it was a rage quit or anything, but you never know. I got a little bit of the Hebrew in the mid lane, which is great. And it looks like our jungler's trying to, I don't know if they're soloing red. And I'll just let him call out. We want... It's best that's complaining for no reason. Best that's complaining because she tried to invade and ended up dying. I forgot about his eat minion. So right here I go looking for the gank on the Thanatos, and sorry the audio is so quiet, I don't know why. I picked up Atlas here to slow him so he couldn't get out of our... My pulse missed, that was my bad, but that water cannon should have nailed him. He should be a dead Thanatos right now, which is bullcrap. I should have frickin' just nailed him with water cannon, and I preemptively beads here because I thought he was going to throw down the stun, but he ended up not doing that. So now it's just kind of the waiting game, just waiting to get to level 5 so I can maybe blow somebody up. Picking up the boots here, second version of boots, and heading on out. Just heading to lane here. And we... Yeah, once Hebo, like I said, once Hebo... Kind of how, if you guys have ever watched the streamer DM Brandon, Hebo kind of gets critical mass once his water cannons are maxed. Not critical mass, like he's not the best that he can be, but when his water hands are maxed, Hebo can dish out some major damage with his water hands. Or his one, water cannon, I think it's what it's actually called, but I call it water hands because I'm weird. And then I'm looking for some help on this Bastet because she's so flippin' under-leveled. Because she died, like I said, died right away to the Thanatos trying to engage probably the best level 1 fighter. And then I was going to go for mid camps here, but then Bastet just jumps over into left lane. Which is dumb, because that would have been free farm and XP because Bakasura had to go over to the other lane. And I was going to go for a gank here. And I think Tyr even hits him with it. Nope, he misses, but I was ready for the gank here. We could definitely wiped him out with my ultimate. And then I'm just looking around here, and then I ran away because, you know, Bakasura does mad damage. And now I'm just kind of waiting around. Zeus is pretty low here. I could have gone on him. Or I can go on him, but I decided not to with the Baka around. And I stopped these minions right before they get to the tower, meaning I get free gold. And now the mid camps are down because Bastet doesn't like mid camps and free loads of XP, which sucks. And now, just kind of waiting for something to happen. Looking for an engage, but in this situation here, I don't know what I want to do. Yeah, I think I'm going to stay mid because the gank isn't worth it. I'm moving too far and losing too much XP. I was nervous here I am nervous here. I'd let the Bastet know that Zeus is missing, and I'm not going to be able to defend it because I want to knock down this tower. Come on, Bastet. That's another thing about Zeus. Zeus is 2. When you upgrade Zeus is 2, he can cook. He just outran those cats. He is so lucky that the tower killed him, or that would have been killed the cats, or that would have been a dead dude right there. Decided to pick up wards. Holy crap. Sorry guys, I just totally spaced that I'm recording, so I will continue to add audio. So far since then, Bakasura's been getting a little greedy. Everybody on our team is pretty good though, which is great news. Like having a good team. Nobody doesn't like having a good team, so Zeus is rotating strange, however, so we'll see what happens there. And I'm just going to roam around for a second because I don't see a Zeus. Enemy missing minute. He's upgrading his chain lightning. I'm going to go ahead and put a ward over here. Again here looking maybe for some engagement. Looks like Bastet's going to fall here because of an execute. And knock up him. Trying to go for the gank, but he can take tower so well. Wow, that's chunks. Ooh, here's Zeus. Gotta get out of here. And that's why Zeus is scary, because look at that, 2 stacks, and he did 218 damage at level, what is he? Level 10, so he's a little ahead of me, but... Again, sorry for the lack of for the huge area of silence. Just not used to commentating, and we're doing quite well, so I'm just making sure. And I'm just gonna baited out as 2 right there just by... Nice frickin' gank by this tier. Good cleanup, good pick. Easy pickup there, Sobek just staying forever. I'm going to need to pick up some Void Stone and maybe another ward and some health pots. So this is so far turning out really good. Our tier seems to be quite good. So far just building the usual. Just building the usual, making sure I don't get ganked trying to... That was a really short game, and unfortunate that we had to quit so early. But yeah, that's pretty much how you play Hebo. And it looks like Tier wants to play a few matches, and I will take that. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.